So you just bought Overwatch, and you want to play like this. But in reality, you play like this. This Sombra. I hate the Sombra! As hard as it may be, guys, everyone gets toxic in Overwatch now and again. But that doesn't have to be you! Because in this guide, I'm gonna offer you guys the basics on how to not end up like a scrub. Like me. What's up, y'all? My name is Billy, and if this is your first time checking out my videos and you want to learn how to grow on Twitch, game guides, or anything else YouTube, gaming, and Twitch related, be sure you start right now by hitting that red subscribe button and hitting that bell icon so you never miss when my videos go live. Now, to start this series off on the right foot, we are only covering the basics in this videos, and if you want timestamps for any of the things that I cover in this, be sure to check them down in the description below. Last thing I'll say, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and it helps me out. And at the same time, if you have any concerns, questions, or anything else related to this video at all, be sure to leave it down in the comment section below. Please and thank you. Alright, let's get into the game. Alright, dudes, we are in game right now. So basically, Overwatch came out in 2016, and it's basically an FPS game. And the way it works is you essentially have 6v6 team battles with your team and the enemy team. And you have different objectives that go on essentially in this game. So you have things such as King of the Hill, you have things such as 2CP, you have another one which is escort a payload. So there's different game modes that you have to do, and essentially the way it works is you fight with your team against the enemy, you do what the objective says to do, and that's how you win the game. And it's always random too, like it doesn't, like, it's not always the same thing. And there's different maps too, so, and we'll explain that in a later time as well. If you guys press H, you'll be able to look at all the heroes that this game has to provide. So Overwatch is a heroes-based game, so meaning that you are able to choose different heroes, and every hero has different abilities and things that they can do. So depending on which hero you play is like, it's going to dictate the type of style and play style that you are going to play. And we'll talk about heroes and roles here in just a minute. So guys, just a quick brief update about what heroes are. There are different heroes in this game. There's not necessarily just heroes that shoot guns. Every hero is different in its own way, and some of them use different abilities in order to deal damage. But to give like a brief description, there's heroes like Soldier, who's a hit scan, who shoots guns. Genji and Doomfist are like diveable heroes, and I'll explain what those are in a different video if you guys want to know. So just give yourself a chance, experiment with these, and like take a look at what these guys are, because there's a lot of heroes, and for me to cover every single one would take way too much time. So yeah, there's a lot of heroes in here, so just hit up the practice range whenever you can and just test out and see what they do. And a little tidbit for each hero, if you guys press F1, you'll be able to see what the abilities are for every single hero and what they do. So definitely pay attention to that. So the next topic we're covering, guys, is role. So roles in Overwatch are essentially your job and what you're supposed to do in the team when you are fighting against the enemy. And there are 3 of them that we're going to cover. So first role that we have is tanks. So for the tank role, there is a main tank and usually an off tank. And for the main tank, they are the spearhead essentially for their team, and the off tank supports the main tank and dictating the fight. Now for main tanks, there's 4 main tanks currently in the game. We have Reinhardt, Orisa, Sigma, and Winston. For off tanks, we've got 3. We have Diva, Og, and Zarya. The biggest difference between them both, main tanks have a shield to block damage from, and off tanks do not. Like I said before, guys, the biggest thing with tanks is you are the spearhead of your game, and you are the ones that need to be able to create space for your team, especially for the DPS and the supports to move up, because one of the biggest things is if you have passive tanks, people that are playing back, not really getting into the enemy's face and playing the front lines, it's really going to cost you in the long run. So make sure that you guys are up in the fight. Try to use cover as best you can, but also staying in front, being the front line for your defense or attack or whatever it is. The last thing I'll mention about tanks, I did leave one out, and it is actually Hammond. And the reason why is Hammond is a special case. He can be classified as a main tank or an off tank, just given the fact that how you play with him. And if you guys want further details on how he works and everything, let me know down in the comment section below, and I can do a guide on him as well. Alright, so the next role, guys, is DPS. And with DPS, basically, they're the ones that are getting kills. They are the ones that are going out into the fight, helping secure kills on the enemy, and making sure that they, you know, can push up and have advantage and whatnot. So it's pretty cut and dry with DPS. You basically kill the enemy, shoot the enemy. That is your main job. And depending on what kind of hero you can play with your team, you can flank. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with DPS. A little disclaimer, I really don't play DPS that much in competitive, so if you want a better guide on how to play a certain hero in that role, be sure to check out other YouTube videos on that. There are literally thousands of them that you can find on that hero. Alright, the last one that we're covering is supports. Alright, a lot like with tanks, you have two types of support. You have main support and you have off support. So with main supports, you have four. You have Ana, Baptiste, Mercy, and Moira. You have Brig, Lucio, and Zenyatta. So the biggest difference, guys, with main supports and off supports. Main supports heal their team and make sure to keep them alive. Off supports basically do the same thing, but not as much as the main supports. Off supports can heal their team, but also have unique abilities that allow them to basically do damage to the enemy or some other factor. For example, Zen can use Discord to do more damage to an enemy. Lucio has a speed ability that allows him and his team to basically go faster. But the biggest thing that I want you guys to take away from supports is staying alive. That is the most important role out of anything else for a support. You are the guys that are also keeping the team alive. You are the guys that are making sure that your team can fight and make sure that you guys can like go in and like win the team fights. Without you guys, team fights cannot happen. So staying alive above anything else is the most important thing as a support. So trying to make yourself always hard to kill, playing in the back line, making sure you see where the whole fight's going on. That is where a support is the strongest at, alongside of keeping everybody else alive. Next thing we're going to talk about is ultimates. So ultimates, guys, are basically team-changing abilities that allow you to swing and dictate the fight into your favor. So if you use it the right way, guys, you can get a team fight. Wait. But if you use it the wrong way, guys, you can do two things. Either A, get no kills, or actually throw the ability away and kill yourself. And what I mean by that, guys, is that if you use the ultimate at the wrong time and the enemy can counter you, essentially you will get no value from using that whatsoever. And also, as a side note, guys, what I mean by countering is that every hero has a strength against one hero and a weakness towards another one. And that's what countering comes to. I'm not going to cover every single one because that would take too much time. But for an example, Reaper gets countered by McCree, but he's strong against Zenyatta. Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope that this helped you out and gave you a basic understanding of how Overwatch works. If you have any questions about anything I said in this video, or if you have any concerns or anything else like that, be sure you leave it down in the comment section below. And the reason why, guys, I didn't want to get too much in depth because there's so many things that we can cover, from shot calling, from comp building, to comboing ults together. So all of that stuff should definitely be saved for a later video. So if you guys want that, be sure and let me know. Also, guys, if you haven't already, if you want to learn about more game guides like this, Twitch guides, or anything else Twitch and YouTube related, be sure you check me out and hit that red subscribe button. It really does help me out and lets me know that you're enjoying the content. If you haven't already, guys, be sure to follow me on Twitch. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To links to all my socials will be down in the description below. Best of luck to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!